I just entered Miss Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, I just made it as a top 30 finalist for Miss Jersey.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, girl.
So I'm hoping to use this platform in Miss Jersey because I said that I want my movement to grow. It started in UJ, now possibly could go into Johannesburg, and who knows if it could go bigger than that.
Hello UJ family, thank you so much for joining us on another interesting episode. And today we have Miss UJ APK 2022, the first in this generation. I'm so excited to be talking to Tebatso Mamabolo just to unpack about her journey of being a UJ student, where she comes from and what the pageant did for her and where she is now. I'm quite intrigued. Tebatso, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi Sally, thank you so much for having me. I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much for, allowing or gracing us with your presence. We truly appreciate. I mean, we're in the presence of Miss UJ APK. Come on, this deserves a round of applause. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. This weather treating you well?
Hey, I don't like winter.
Yeah.
I don't like winter. I think winter is my least favorite season. I love summer.
Yeah.
So I'm not taking it very well.
Speak about summer. When is your birthday?
My birthday is on the 12th of February.
Ham
so
to
it's
love
so
summer. Yeah.
I'm a summer baby.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Tell me about your family. How was it like growing up?
Oh, growing up was quite exciting. I was born in Johannesburg, but I later then moved. I think I was like 11. I moved to Limpopo, and that's where I did my primary school and I did my high school, and it was quite exciting. But there was very little to hope for. There was very little to wish for. But me being me, I knew that there was something that lies outside of that. And that's why I pushed and I came back to the city of gold. I come from a family to find some gold.
Are you finding some gold?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm getting there. Small.
Yeah.
I grew up in a family of 5 with both parents and 2 siblings. The family was great. I was raised by very responsible and loving parents. I think that's why I'm so responsible and loving. But it was quite a good experience, really.
Shout out to you, girl. Shout out to you. So now you got to UJ. So did you strictly aim for UJ when you came back to Joburg? Okay, why is that?
I think there was just something about it that was just exciting. Like it's in Johannesburg, it's UJ. But looking at it now, I feel like it was just God showing me that that's where your purpose is. It started as just an idea. I fought so much for it. My dad was so against it, and I said, I am going to UJ.
So now, when you were back in high school, and the teachers are asking you guys, what do you want to study, what do you want to become? When you go into those university orientations and university expos and so forth, what was your answer when you saying, okay, what do you want to study?
It was strictly law.
Strictly law.
Strictly
I love
law.
the word strictly.
Like I wasn't thinking of anything outside of law. I was so fixed on law. I applied for law and I got rejected because my marks weren't that great. So I took a gap year in 2018 and it really helped me just like recenter, refocus and think about what I actually wanted to do, and that led me to development studies.
So then you applied for development studies and you got accepted.
Yes.
And how was your journey being a first year student at UJ all the way to your final year?
I started off as an extended student, by the way. So my marks weren't good enough for mainstream. So I got into the extended program, which I feel was the best thing ever because of the support that you get. The care that you get. So we get mentors under a module called MAPS, Mastering Academic and Professional Skills. So I feel like that really helped me know myself, develop myself, and think about what I actually wanted to do. And when it comes to development studies, it really linked to me being such an empath, and with that comes with caring for people so much. And caring for people means giving them tools and resources to better their lives.
Yeah.
And that's where I felt I fit into the world of development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. But then the exams, the assignments, the student pressure, the social life pressure, the wanting to be out there impressing students, all this and this. How did you navigate that as a student? Because not everyone is able to navigate, school, life, friends, social, everything. How did you navigate that in the mix?
Sure. I think I was so fortunate enough to be a part of the student life, residence life to be specific. So when I got into there, they gave us basically tips and tricks on how to navigate student life, how to not procrastinate, how to know how to manage your time, how to know how to be focused and motivated, because there's so much that happens on campus during the year. So I think that being a part of that environment really fueled me to doing great and staying on top of my game. Also just being motivated and knowing that I want to do good pushed me to being in line. Yeah.
But then it didn't stop there. You decided like, no girl, degree alone is not enough. Let's go for the honors. Yeah? And you went for your honors. How is it? Because I recently graduated as well. Listen, it's not a child's play there. It's not a child's play. How is it for you?
Yo, it was difficult. Yeah. I think my honors degree alone was more difficult than my undergrad. All 4 years of my undergrad. But it was worth it. It was worth it. I feel like I learned so many invaluable lessons from the experience. Now that I want to get into my master's, I think honors laid a foundation for that. Sure, it was so difficult. I can't emphasize enough how difficult it was, because I was doing my honors. I was working as a mentor. I was Miss UJ APK, and I was working as an ambassador for UNESCO. So I was just juggling a lot at the same time. Yeah.
Sure. I can imagine. The first time I met you, it was at the finale for Miss UJ APK, where you were giving away your crown. But let's take a step back to where it all started. To you entering the pageant. How did you enter the pageant and so forth?
So actually, fun fact, I was so nervous to enter the pageant. My best friend actually forced me on the last day of auditions that you are going to submit that video. So we had to submit an introductory video with pictures and motivation as to why you want to become Miss UJ APK. I just sent it and I crossed my fingers hoping for the best. And then that's when I got the email that I had made it to the top 20. From top 20, we had voting. And then from there, that's where the top 10 was chosen. And then from there, it was just the top 10 journey of us going out to activations, promoting the brand because it was newly fresh. And that's when the finale came, where the action happened. It was so exciting. Funny enough, on pageant day, most girls are anxious, and I was the calmest I've ever been.
Oh, wow.
Everything was just happening so nice. I think the only time I was nervous was when the winner was announced. But I knew deep down in my heart that this is mine. Because I'd worked so hard for it. The preparation, the thinking about the purpose, why you're entering, what is pushing you, and what do you want to achieve through the title.
Interesting. When you're saying all this, you're just reminding me flashback of the days when I used to be in the pageant industry, and I know exactly what you're talking about when you say day of the pageant, you're so nervous when you have to introduce yourself there. My name is Salisito. Like, listen, your legs will be vibrating. your teeth, like your lips will be dry. Like you just be like, what is going on? So I know exactly what you're talking about. But then you were crowned the winner. And how did that change your life?
Sure. Being Miss UJ APK changed my life. It gave me like a whole 360 of my life, from not being known to being one of the most famous and influential people on campus. But not only that, I think it gave me a voice. It gave me a platform to just express what I'm passionate about, and which is providing dignity for people, not just in UJ, but also all over South Africa. But in that time, I needed to focus on UJ and what I can give to the UJ community. And that's when I came up with my League of Dignity project, which gave sanitary pads, free sanitary pads to students at any time. So it continued throughout the year of my reign, and I'm so proud of how I managed to collaborate with different stakeholders and business owners to, you know, contribute to the movement. And yeah, that's one of my most proudest moments of being Miss UJ APK.
I'm going to ask you a tricky question. If it was not for pageantry, do you think you would ever have started like your foundation?
I think I would have, but I wouldn't have the passion that I have now. I think pageants gave me sort of like a perspective of which angle to take it from, what exactly do I need to focus on. And I think being a part of pageantry helped me understand the importance of defining your why. I like that. I like that a lot. But then now your foundation, what are you busy with? What are we looking forward to? So we just wrapped up Menstrual Health and Hygiene Month in May. That was our recent project where we did a project in Pretoria. So we went to 2 high schools in Pretoria to go give them sanitary towels. We identified that in those schools there's a lack of sanitary towels, and the teachers have expressed that the students sometimes don't come to school because they're on their periods and they can't afford to buy pads. You know, so that's the gap that we wanted to fill. In Mandela Month, we were just commemorating young people that are in leadership and are striving to better our country. And in the next coming months, you're going to see a lot of youth empowerment events leading up to Women's Month, and also now it is Mandela Month. So there's a lot of quite interesting things that are coming. But most importantly, the ethos of my foundation is development and education, or rather development through education. So there's a lot of societal issues or ills that can be sorted by giving someone knowledge, by empowering someone with vision, by empowering someone with the necessary skills to you know, tackle life's challenges, because life is already hard enough, and imagine how it is if you're not equipped with information to deal with something. So that's where we come in as League of Dignity.
Sure. I mean, girl, I'm sitting with someone who is very smart, you know? Like, wow. I'm just like, wow, girl.
Thank you so much.
Sure. But now, what are you doing with all this knowledge, all this power, your voice, and so forth? I mean, you can't just let this power and your voice to go down the drain just like that. You gotta use it to change life. Are you doing anything currently that you are using your platform or your voice to change the community?
Yes, definitely. I push for development everywhere that I go. Like, my keyword is just development. Development and growth. You know, that's just really who I am. I just entered Miss Jersey. Yeah, I just made it as a top 30 finalist for Miss Jersey. Thank you.
It's okay, girl.
So I'm hoping to use this platform in Miss Jersey, because I said that I want my movement to grow. It started in UJ, now possibly could go into Johannesburg, and who knows if it could go bigger than that.
Yeah. But how is the journey so far with being Miss, I mean, the process of you entering Miss UJ? What is it that you are doing that you're probably finding challenging, you know? Because I know being in pageant, sometimes you need funding to fund your projects, to fund like your foundation and the plans that you have for the community as well. But just not that alone, just with you, you know, some of the outfits that you need to wear, you know, the shoes, the dresses, all of that. Like, how is the process like and the funding going?
Sure, it's quite rough. It's quite rough. And I saw a video on Instagram the other day where a guy was just like unrolling pieces of paper from the ceiling and saying, this is the receipts of how much I've spent on pageants. Pageants are expensive. But for me, it's really just the budgeting that I do. Everything that I invest into pageants comes from my own pocket. So I work extremely hard to ensure that I can pay for my pageants. But when it comes to the sponsorship for my foundation and doing all these projects, collaboration. Collaboration is key. Most of the projects that I do, I don't have to pop out any money because of the people that I work with, because of the people that love to see the projects that I do, so they invest into the project.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So when is the finale?
For
Miss Josie?
Miss Josie. We're not sure yet, but I'm guessing somewhere around September.
Okay. No, we'll be there. We'll be cheering on you. We'll be like, yes, go girl.
Thank you.
Representing us, representing the Limpopo province, and of course the Gauteng province. We truly, truly appreciate the work that you do.
Thank you.
And any words of encouragement that you want to leave to students maybe who are struggling to balance the world of schooling and maybe internship and the extra curriculum activities and so forth? Any words of encouragement to them?
Sure. Intention is important. And when you set an intention for whatever it is that you're doing, I think you are able to derive your how are you going to do it. It's important to know how to manage your time. It's important to know what's important and what's not. It may sound so serious because it's like you only live once, but yes, you only live once, but you have to leave a legacy. You have to do things that matter to you the most, because one thing that we think we have as young people is time, and we don't really have it. True. You could wake up tomorrow and not be here. So it's very important to live in the moment and be intentional about everything that you're doing and know how to allocate priority and importance to whatever it is that you're doing. And another thing that's stopping us from chasing our dreams is being comfortable. You know, comfort, it perpetuates the status quo. And if you're comfortable, you don't find courage to pursue whatever it is that you want. So I'd implore them to just get out of their comfort zone. There's a lot that lies on the other side of fear. There's a lot that lies on the other side of comfort. There's a lot that lies on the other side of self-doubt. And also not forgetting that there's so much to learn outside of out there. You just have to put yourself out there and see what it is that you have to learn, relevant to the mission that you have for your life.
Hi. Tebatso, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You are such a powerful voice. You are such a powerful figure yourself. And your mom and your dad knew exactly what they were doing. You know, shout out to them. Shout out to them. I think also, like, being the person that you are, you wouldn't have been the person that you are if it was not for a supportive family as well.
True.
So shout out to them at home for you being who you are today. And I'm just encouraging you just to continue changing the world, to continue doing what you do. We want to see you skyrocketing up there. You know, they normally say the sky is the limit, but for me, in my world, there is no limit.
There is no limit.
There is no limit. So go out there and shine. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're going to leave it for today. Until I see you next time on this super amazing episode. Until I see you next time, goodbye.